a Thursday evening, everybody. Welcome to the Dirt Racing Network and the Digital Sim Sports Network and our coverage of the SimRatMarket.com Mighty Midget Series tonight. The Diamond of Dirt tracks, Lucas Oil Speedway, Wheatland, Missouri. Scene of all the action. Little test session, maybe a little new format tryout, doing a few things. The guys wanted to get a good show in tonight, so we'll jump on. We'll oblige them, and we will try to do our best to entertain you this evening. Watching a few of these guys get some laps in here. The old familiar faces, and man, I'll tell you what, some of these guys pretty quick. 14:03 for your top two drivers, the 1/1000th of a second, the difference on the stopwatch during this pre-race warm-up period. Hello, Mr. Bill. Hope everybody's having a wonderful Thursday. The week has kind of calmed down just a little bit for me, so Monday crazy, Tuesday was just about as crazy. Yesterday, mild to middling, and today was actually pretty good. Hoping for a good day tomorrow. And then we get to go racing tomorrow night. Can't wait for that. I want to try to get some live action going out there while we're at the track. Couple of minutes left here, not much, about 30 seconds left in the practice session. These guys are going to get in here and get to racing, so we're ready for the action. Last show for the week. We'll be back on Monday night, double header. Dirt Slingers Monday Night Thunder. Be UMPs on the dirt. I want to say they're right back here at Lucas Oil, and then they'll turn around and put the big blocks on Eldora, if my memory is not completely trashed out. And I'm not saying it's not. It's been a long, hot week. Thank God it slowed down. That is going to do it for warm-up. We'll get ready. Session's about to switch over here. We are straight to our heats as usual. Heat number one will line up like this. 98 of Brett Wagner on the pole, and he'll have the 88 of Riley Scott on his outside. Your second row, the man is hard to beat. I don't care where they go to every single week. He drives a 20 car. His name, Brendan Rogers, a 10-race winner last season, taking home the championship. Mike Gebhardt, the 81 car. He'll start position number 4. And then your final row for the first heat is going to be the 93 of Reed Brochart, and on his outside, the 55 of Steven Spiess. Get them rolled around. Pace truck, I believe, is already off the track. We're going to get started on turn 4 for heat number 1. Everybody's going to the big show as usual. Green flag. We are underway. Well, Brendan Rogers wasted no time out of row number 2. He jumps right in behind Brett Wagner. About a quarter of a second. We get into 3 and 4. Looks like Wagner will probably lead lap 1. Rogers second. Scott is hanging on third. They were 3 wide behind that. And Reed Brochart took the 93 car off the bottom. Scooted right into the 4th spot, leaving Spiess and Gebhardt side by side. Oh, Brett Wagner. Big problems for Wagner. We do not have cautions in these heats, so they're going to continue on. Riley Scott going to go after Brendan Rogers. We'll see how that works out. But Wagner off into the pits. They'll get him ready for the feature. He'll be back out quickly. Hello, Haley Flag. Thank you for being over there on Facebook and getting into the chat. Guys, I don't care where you're at. Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and Trovo. Make sure you say hi in the chat. Back and forth slider battle at the front. 4 to go in the heat race. Riley Scott, Brendan Rogers. Rogers checked down just a little early right there. He's going to try to get the bigger run down the backstretch. He's not close enough to throw the haymaker. He was going to go to the top, and Riley had already made up his mind. He was going up there too. We'll see what happens coming out of 2 because Brendan Rogers closing right up. Steven Spieth tried to make a run at these guys and then got way out of shape in 2, lost a bunch of ground. Right now it looks like that cut down line working pretty good for Riley Scott. 2 to go in the heat. And he is fending off the ever fast Brendan Rogers. Rogers, man, he drives that car in there deep. He closes up and has to release the throttle so he doesn't get into the back of the 88. Here comes the slider in 1. He tried to do the short slider. Didn't work. Riley Scott may have this one right here. Once again with Rogers, the big slider. Riley Scott on the counter. They're going to come off side by side. And Riley Scott's going to get the heat race win. Rogers second. Spieth, Brochart, and Gebhardt on track through 5. Wagner early exit. So Riley Scott making a statement early. We'll get ready for heat 2. This is what it's going to look like. It'll be the 49 of Bo Brandon on the pole and the 13 of Wayne Anelski on his outside. Brady Shaw, the 9 car, row 2 to the inside. Next to the Kiwi Conqueror Craig Silby in the 7. And then your back row, the 38, former champion in the series, Billy Barros, and former Ironman champion. I think the former and defending Ironman champion. That's a 71 car of Josh Gerlach. I think he got that by like 1 or 3 points last time. All right, last heat, 8 more laps to go. Might be a short night for you guys tonight. We'll try to talk to our top 3 at the end of the feature, but heat racing action back under the green. Man, what a start for Bo Brandon. And he is a bottom feeder. He'll take that car and keep it right down there against those tires if he can. And Elski off that top side of the outside row. He is going to grab second. Silby off the top side of the second row, grab third. He's going to try to figure out where the weak spots in the armor for the 13 are and go right after him. Here's a battle. Gerlach and Barros side by side. Gerlach up high, Barros through the middle. Battle at the front starting to shape up. There's Anelski now going after Brandon. He's rolling the top side. Brandon's still fishing on the bottom. Silby is still third, fourth, and fifth closing in as they get into a little bit of a slider battle here. And Barros made a good run out of the bottom of turn 2. Battle at the front. Anelski led that lap on the outside. Anelski finding some momentum on the top. He's got the 13 wound up. Bo Brandon trying to keep it going on the bottom side by side. Anelski again at the line. Now Bo Brandon finds big run on the bottom. I don't know if Anelski maybe spun the tire a little bit. Got out of shape just a little. He couldn't get back to the throttle, but he makes a run back in 3 and 4, 2 to go. Right back on that shallow slider. He goes into the middle. This time he kept it pinned down. He didn't get all the way out there by that fluff. Brandon, big drive down low. White flag for the second heat. Can Anelski find something? Brandon got a little drive through the middle of 1 and 2, and he stretches it out a couple car lengths. And that perfect slider line in at 3 and 4, and Bo Brandon will win heat 2. Anelski second. Silby hangs on for third. Barros, Gerlach, and Shaw rounding things out. Sweet racing action in the books. They'll give them a couple of minutes in the warm-up. I know they always do. Okay, so we're going to have us a little dash here, folks. Going to get the top 2 from each of the heats, which is Brandon, Scott, Rogers, and Anelski. They'll come out here and they will line them up, and we'll run a few laps. These times when they're this pylon will not be indicative of how they are actually running. I'll just do that from visual cues. It looks like Riley Scott and Bo Brandon on the front row. And then Rogers and Anelski in row 2. So wait till the start-finish line, and I'm not sure if that's the official start or not, but it looks like we're racing. Bo Brandon out in front, and he and Brendan Rogers are going to run the same line down there in 3 and 4. They want to get that left side front tire right down to that concrete strip down there. Make that slider line and then shallow it up right there in the middle of 4. Riley Scott's working back on the high side of Rogers right now. Bo Brandon seems to have this in hand. This should be the 3rd lap right here. Two to go this time. Oh, we had a blinker right there. Riley Scott starting to blink pretty fiercely. Brandon Rogers still second to Bo Brandon. A couple of laps left in this one. Brandon, 10 car lengths out in front, maybe 15 now. As he should see the white flag right here. And Riley Scott not giving up on second place right now. Every spot you can start more forward in the features, one less car you got to pass. So these guys are going to go at it. Big slider from Anelski didn't work out. Brandon to the line first. I think Rogers was second. And Scott was there 3rd. Anelski rounding things out. So that is how we'll start in our feature on the front couple of rows there. Boys make the parade lap down through. They'll stop, let them record it, get out of the car. And then the practice session, they'll give them a couple of minutes. No warm-up. No warm-up to be had. They're setting the lineup, and as soon as they have that finished, we will move right into our feature tonight. Our second session this evening. Top 5 qualifiers are going to lock themselves directly into the feature. The LCQ winner, along with those top 5, will go into a redraw for the feature. Will be no warm-up session, and we will head for the feature after the LCQ and the lineup is set. So, a little change in the format. See how it works out. We're going to get ready for tonight's A main. 30 laps. There will be a little shift in these front 4, so it will be Brandon and Rogers in row 1. Scott and Anelski in row 2. Then Spieth and Silby, row 3. Brochard and Barros, row 4. Row 5 will be Gebhardt and Gerlach. And row 6 is going to be Wagoner and Shaw. First 2 laps of the feature will be to get the field in order. Once they've done that, the pole sitter will give us an official start out of turn number 4. And technically, anywhere from the time they enter turn 3 to the exit of turn 4, that pole sitter can start. So they'll roll them around here, start getting them going. We'll take the green, then we'll shuffle things up a little bit. Everybody having a good Thursday. All right, we'll get the green flag, and absolutely nothing is going to happen. They're going to stay in order. They're going to make sure that the order is correct. Once that is done, where did Bo Brandon go? Once that is done, during lap 2, we'll get everybody double filed out, get them ready to go. And then we'll have the official start from our pole sitter. Once that happens, 30 green flag laps. We'll take a quick break after interviews to go switch servers. We will not shut the stream down. And we'll get ready for our second show of the night. All right, double file everybody up right here. We're going to get a green flag start out of turn number 4. Bo Brennan will get this party started. Couple of guys that like to duel each other up on the front row right now. Here's your green flag. We're underway. Session number 1. SimRapMarket.com, Mighty Midgets. Brandon off the bottom, got good drive. Brendan Rogers second. Riley's got third. Wayne Anelski fourth right now. Spees and Silby going at it. Silby got a good run out of turn number 4. Just could not do much with it. Oh, Billy Barros. What a piece of driving right there by Barros. Got into the right rear of Silby and did not flip the car, did not wreck the car, didn't hit anything. Got it underway. He'll catch right back up to the field here. Watching Craig Silby right now try to work his way around Steven Spees. Riley Scott safely into that third spot. They are using the entire racetrack from top to bottom. Bo Brannon. Probably wishing this had Ironman points on it. Oh, crash behind. Caution this time, Gebhardt and Shaw. Let's go take a look. There's Mike Gebhardt. And there comes Shaw up behind. Yep, just got in a little hot, hooked the back of the car. Shaw, the one that's going to pay the price, he's going to have to be towed off. So we'll go under the caution for the first time. Brandon, Rogers, Scott, Anelski, Spees, Silby, Gerlach, Brochart, Barros, Wagner, and Gebhardt. In that order. Really? All right, getting ready to head back to the green flag. And Bo Brennan once again with a great start. Brennan Rogers darn near got in the back of that 49 car, getting through 1 and 2 right there. It's going to cost him some space because he really had to lay off the throttle in that car getting out of the corner. Let Riley Scott get right to him. Anelski's still there. Here comes Silby way high. I thought Silby might drop the right rear up over the top on the flat there, but he kept it powered up, and he's going to stay right in this. He's working on Anelski now. We're watching Riley Scott, Brendan Rogers. Contact there. Contact again. Oh, flat-sided it in. Caution. Now, we were watching that. I really don't know what any of those drivers could do differently right there. Riley Scott just getting the car turned in, and Rogers turned in a little early, and then that other contact was from the lack of momentum. So if Rogers doesn't have much in the way of suspension damage, he may be able to make a charge back through this field here. But he is going to start 11th. Now Bo Brandon may have a little bit of relax in him. We'll see. We'll see if any of these other guys can run up here and give him. So I thought maybe Craig Silby was getting the top working for just a second there. Restart. Coming out of turn number 4. 22 laps remaining. With another fantastic start, restart. Here's the battle back here. It's going to be between Anelski and Silby for third. Steven Spees trying to get in the mix, but Silby's got it rolling off the top side of Ford. He is going to roll right alongside Anelski. Uses the top of turns 1 and 2 to clear. Moves Silby to third. Anelski back to fourth. Spieth is still fifth. Gerlach behind that. Barros, and then Brochart. Rogers already picked up a couple of spots. He's up to ninth. He's going for eighth here around Wagoner. Around Brochart. He was trying to use the inside, maybe get a run and then slide up in front of him on the exit. Has him this time by. Good battle between Gerlach, Anelski, and Spieth going on, and Billy Barros is trying to get in the mix on that as well. Close to the front. Silby, whoa, big slider from Spieth, and man, everybody missed him. Everybody was able to check up, but it opens the door and bring Rogers into it. They were 4 wide through turn 4. Still 3 wide in 1 and 2. Now they single it out a little bit. Gerlach used the high side, got a little momentum going. He is trying to make a big run at Spieth here. Spieth threw that slider. Kind of parked everybody a little bit, but it was clean. And now everybody's trying to get sorted out, singled out, and go after each other again. We'll go back close to the front because Bo Brandon having a time on the bottom, and both Riley Scott and Craig Silby are reeling him in. Tiny bit of contact again. Riley Scott goes in there, swings that right rear out pretty wide on his entries. And there's not quite enough room to use that very top lane. Here comes Brandon Rogers on the bottom again. He's still 7th. Gerlach is going to go for the slider on Spieth. Oh, he checked that up pretty short. I think he would have cleared him if he'd have went in and committed to it. Gerlach with the slider on Barros. Barros goes high side. Getting tight at the front. 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, almost to 7th. If Rogers can get where he can hang on to the back of the 71. Here comes the slider from Silby across the nose of Riley Scott. And Scott did a great job cutting underneath that. Opened the door for Spieth. We may have a 3-car battle for 3rd right here. Spieth going haymaker style. And Silby with contact. Silby shuts the door on the slider, getting into 1 and 2. Brendan Rogers carving through traffic along with Gerlach and Silby. There's your caution. I was waiting to see if that was going to happen. We'll go back. We'll look. A little bit different angle here. We'll watch Riley Scott. He kind of lost some momentum running the cut down, and I think maybe Silby lost sight of him for just a second right there. Nonetheless, contact, and that'll slow him down. Gerlach got a piece of it as well, so all those drivers going to head for the back. And Craig Silby heading back towards the front. And they're going to try to get some things sorted out as we get ready to go back to green. I'm not sure what was going on with the 55 and the 20. We're inside 10 to go now. Silby 2nd behind Brandon, Spieth, and Rogers going at it side by side for the final podium spot. Brandon Rogers off the bottom. Good roll through 3 and 4 on the very bottom right there. Silby's running that slider line. He's leaving that exit open. He's having to wait for the car. And Brandon Rogers is just hugging the bottom. He was 2nd at the line that time. We'll see if Silby can go back by. I don't think he will. That launch pad right there on the exit of 2 gives Rogers a big surge. He's keeping the car a lot lower than Bo Brandon is. Through the corners. We'll watch his line right here. He's going to go in. Left front's going to go right down to the concrete. And then he's tapping a brake right there and getting that car to stay down low. And he is closing in the 49 of Bo Brandon. Clips a tire there. That'll slow him up. Now he's got to start over. Back to third behind Silby. Wave lap last time around will be 4 to go this time. Rogers trying to wheel the car. He may have bent something this time. Silby starting to get away a little bit. Silby is not reeling in Bo Brandon, though. That's now he might. Bo Brandon drags the tire middle of turns 1 and 2. So risk reward on the very bottom right there. And here comes Silby to the high side. Huge run, new leader with 2 to go. Silby loses momentum off the top side of turn 2. Can he gain it back down here in 3 and 4? He may have to go cut under right here. White flag in the air. Through the middle, not quite as wide this time. Good run side by side down the backstretch. Drag race for the win. Silby sets the car early. He's going to cut down to the bottom. Does he have the momentum? Roger. Bo Brandon picking up the win. Silby second. Rogers third. Wow. What a great finish. What an awesome finish. Side by side, they touch rear tires, and Bo Brandon just barely gets through there to pick up that win. We don't have Brendan Rogers' car. He is in the chat, so let's try to talk to him. Craig, and there he comes. Mr. Rogers.
Yeah. That was a bummer. That was a tough one.
Yeah. Risk reward running that close to the tires.
Yeah, it sucks because I felt like I finally found some speed. You know, I made some mistakes early on in the race. I was trying something goofy. I didn't really consider how much Bo was going to be slowing down, so I ended up a couple times just landing on the brakes. And the second time I did it, it got me all out of sorts and caused some problems in the field. So made my way through on the bottom, and I was kind of feeling good. But once I got to his tail tank and he ran the bottom too, it's just such a precise line, and I just nicked the tire and it bent my wheels out, and was just kind of holding the wheel sideways for the last handful of laps, just hoping those two would start battling real hard and maybe throw each other off. But didn't work out. Congrats to those guys. They fought hard. They're both a lot more consistent than I was, so you know they definitely deserved how they ended up there.
Well, an awesome run nonetheless, man. I know it's really more of an exhibition deal tonight, but checking out the new format. Show number 1, a little different than the rest. What do you think about the way they're doing things?
I like it. You know, I think it's a good start. I think there's some things that Josh can try to improve the top a little bit in these cases. But all in all, I think it's a good direction to go, right? It never hurts to try some stuff, especially on a night like this. And I know you mentioned it's an exhibition, but every race is, you know, I'm trying to win the deal. So kind of drove over my head there. I'm going to try and chill it out a little bit in the second one. Just, you know, be more consistent. You know, hitting a fast lap one lap and then blowing half a second or more the next doesn't really help you. So we'll see. Hopefully I can be the winner in the next one.
Well, a racer's mentality, and I wish you good luck with that whole chilling it down thing. But I know you're going to do what you got to try to get to the front, man. Quick shout out, thank yous. We'll let you head for session 2.
Yeah, of course. Dirt Racing Network. You guys have been broadcasting a lot of different stuff. If you guys are just watching this series, definitely go check out everything else going off on the Dirt Racing Network channel. It's a lot of fun stuff. I found myself watching a few the other night. So go check that out. Of course, Indy Esports, they're always helping me out. I think my dad's watching at home, and Kelly. So thank you to all them. And like I said, we'll try again in the next one.
All right, man. Thanks for chatting with us. Congrats on recovering nicely and ending up with a good finish.
Thanks, man.
Brandon Rogers finished third. Now we'll move on. We'll grab the Kiwi Conqueror. That was a heck of a battle there, Mr. Silby. It looked like a lot of fun.
Roger, how about that? That was I can't wait to watch the footage of that because that was an exciting race.
Well, I screwed up who won at the end because I got so excited about it. But that was a fantastic finish right there. It looked like you got things rolling on the top side. You went by, and then, I don't know, down to 1 and 2, did you just get a little wider? Did you find something slick? Because he was able to rock it right back by you, and then he kind of knew what you were going to do, and he kind of covered that up a little bit.
I'm not really sure. If you look at the state of his car, I think he's got some wonky setup that's like super fast out of the corners. But yeah, no, I knew he was going to come up in front of me on that last corner, but so I was trying to duck down. But yeah, like if you're 1 centimeter or 1 inch offline, you just buzz the tires. So yeah, well done to him. What a race.
Well, fantastic finish. One of the best finishes I've seen here in a very long time. Too bad it wasn't for some points, and it's just an exhibition type deal. But the little change in the format, and you've been racing here a long time, and we've changed the format a couple of times. What do you think about the first show tonight compared to the last couple of seasons?
Yeah, I think there was a couple of changes. The setup's quite different to what we normally run, which is interesting because yeah, you'd sort of learn how that goes through the night. Yeah, the track was difficult. There, like you were saying before, if you find that like very thin line and you get the drive, you're gone. But if you miss it, they're going in front of you. So it makes it really challenging. Yeah, it's tricky here because we've got quite long straights and short turns. The guys in the bottom come to sort of tend to slide up. So yeah, you get a good run and then you nearly run into them. And so yeah, I got sort of pinched in between 2 others and unfortunately hit Riley. So I'm sorry to Riley for that, but yeah, there's definitely no intention there.
All right, man, give me a couple shout-outs before we let you head for session 2.
Thanks to the Digital Sim Sports Network and Dirt Racing Network for coming along and showing the world how it's all, what we do here. It's hopefully it's a really, really interesting and fun show to watch. And thanks to the competitors for showing up and racing. We're having a ball here. And Netcode Esports, SimRap Market, and yeah, thanks very much, guys.
All right, man. Good luck in session 2, Craig. Craig Silby finished second in an absolute photo finish. I mean, by my count, it is 1/1000th of a second. It was really tight, but Bo Brannon held on. Did not give up the win late in this one, but you had to feel a little pressure there, buddy.
Oh, absolutely. What did you say it was? A 1/1000th?
Yeah, it was 1/1000th of a second.
Yeah, that's a cat's whisker right there. That was a fun one. I'm not gonna lie. It's a little more fun to have that kind of finish. Less stressful when it's not a points night. But man, we're still racing like it's a points night. Man, that was a blast. If this was a real race with a real purse, I did more damage to that car than that purse will ever cover, because this left front is toast. The left rear got knocked in pretty good. Yeah, this car is beat up and mangled, and it must have balanced itself out or something, because I was still fast near the end. And yeah, got it done. Barely, but got it done.
Well, you had a couple of challengers. Brandon got up there before he clipped a tire and fell back, and then Craig flew by on the outside. Did you know you needed to cover that last lap there for sure and go all the way to the fence?
Yeah, I knew I was getting the best drive out of 2. I always can get some of the best drives out of turn 2, and so as long as I can hit 1 and 2 right, I can at least get enough momentum going so that I can throw the slider in 3 and 4 and then cover the top line. So I'm surprised when he got past me initially, he didn't try to cover that and kill my momentum, because I don't think I could have run the top. I wasn't running the top at all in 1 and 2 that whole race. So hitting 1 and 2 really set up the slider line in 3 and 4, and that was the difference. That was what allowed me to eke it out. He had to change his line just enough to cross under me, and that slowed him up just enough for me to squeak by. But yeah, that car was a handful. I think another lap or 2, he's here in first, and I'm in second or third. So I like when it's a 30-lap race, and I don't need any more than that on a night like tonight. So, props to Craig, man. He drove a great race. It's always fun racing him. We always keep it pretty close. We've had a couple of those last few weeks where it's been right at the line, and it's just a lot of fun to race with a clean crew like this. So, yeah, let's try to do it in round 2. Quick shout out to Varix.com for all your e-commerce needs. Mighty good marketing. I think my parents are watching. I'm not sure, but if they are, what's up to them? Happy birthday to my dad, by the way, who would probably be the one watching. So, if you're out there, happy birthday to you, sir. And yeah, I'll thank my wife. Who else did I miss?
I
missed you, Roger.
I've kind of got most of it down, by heart, but every once in a while one slips through the cracks. You know how it goes.
Yep, that's right.
All right, buddy. Well, good luck into session number 2. Congrats on winning session number 1. Let's see if we can do another photo finish in the next one.
Hey, that'd be fun too.
Yeah. All right, man. Good luck in session 2, buddy. Bo Brandon picking up the win in session number 1. Let's quickly look at these results before we get ready to head over. Brandon, Silby, Rogers, 1, 2, 3. Barros with a good, solid finish in 4th. Spieth in 5th. Brochart 6th. And Nelski 7th. Wagoner 8th. Scott 9th. Gerlach fell back to 10th late in this one. I think he had some problems. His car was broken. He just took it to the pits a little early. Gebhardt and Shaw rounded out the field. All these guys will be back for session number 2 here in a few minutes. We're just going to play you some music. And we're going to switch servers. Enjoy this. I definitely want to say hi to Gracie Reagan Finley. Cody Terry watching, bringing some more viewers in for us, so thanks to him for doing that. And happy birthday, Rod. Kid did good tonight. He held off a hard charger at the end and made an exciting race out of it. We're going to get ready for session 2, so sit back, enjoy, and we will be right back.
Saturday, drinking through my salary, half cigarette burning in the ashtray. It goes up in smoke like you and me, and not the thing that it used to be. I saw you out again, posting stories with your friend. Well, I couldn't believe my eyes when I saw that late night last call. It might have been the full moon shining in the night sky. Playing on the radio station when you turn it down.
All right, we've made it into session number 2.
You look as good as you did.
Waiting for the rest of the drivers to make their way in. And we will get ready. Kick this session off. A little different on the format for this one. We'll do our regular qualifying, but only the top 5 drivers are going to be locked in. Everybody else go to the LCQ, and whoever wins that will join those 5 drivers for the dash or the redraw. The redraw. They will join the drivers, the top 5 for the redraw, and that is how they will start in the feature after the redraw. So, very similar to the last, about season and a half, 2 seasons, with just that little twist that the top 5 are all that get locked in. So, make it a little more interesting. Make it worth something to these guys to race hard in that LCQ. So we'll see how all of that goes. I'm not sure how long they're going to give them in the session, but we'll let them have as long as they need. Full slate of shows next week. Monday doubleheader, Dirt Slingers. Tuesday, ERA. So they head into another round with the late model pavement stock car. So they're alternating back and forth between the super late model and the regular late model. More horsepower in the super. Really, that's kind of the difference, but they'll head into their 3rd round of the season. And then we'll be back here again next Thursday night. Another points racing night for SimRapMarket.com Mighty Midgets. Don't forget about all of our great sponsors as well. Premier Setup Shops. Go over there. Use Dirt Network 15 for your discount code. Full setup package purchases. Camus Racing Simulators. You want to buy racing sim parts, wheel, pedals, get a hold of us. Send us a private message. We'll get you your own personal code for them. Here we go. Information coming in. And they are asking us if we are ready to go, and I think we're ready to go. So I think these guys are going to get ready to wrap things up here. Move on to the qualifying session. Top 5 in this session, locked into the feature in the front 3 rows. And then it will get a little interesting behind that. Here comes Billy Barrows, Reed Brochart already on track. Brandon Rogers rolling out. Brett Wagner, Wayne Anelski, Brady Shaw, Riley Scott, Bo Brannon already on track as well. So we'll go watch Brandon, his first lap right here. Slider line in 1 of 2. What will he do in 3 and 4? I think he's going to do the exact same thing. Yeah, he's going to bring it in and go up to the middle. He'll post the time. Reed Brochart, 15:14. I think that's faster. Barrows, 15:49. And then Brannon, 15:48. Rogers, 14:58. Wow. Wow. 0.3 of a second, and he just shuts it down. He does not have to wonder if that's good. Bo Brannon got it to within a 10th. Second quick. Right now, the Bubble Boy, Wayne Anelski. Gerlach moved himself to 4th. Spieth and Gebhard, we'll go watch them. Josh Gerlach slowed down a little on his second lap. Steven Spieth moved himself into the bubble spot with only one more car to go. And Mike Gebhard, second lap, slower than his first. So Rogers, Brannon, Barrows, Gerlach, and Spieth locked in Everybody else will go and run the LCQ, and whoever wins that will join the redraw. And those top 6 cars will redraw for their starting spots in the second feature. Short, easy show. Roger's trying to work the cushion out a little bit here. He's just trying to make the track a little bit wider. Got the right rear up on the flat. I think he's trying to do what he was doing last week by getting in early, setting the car, and cutting it down the hill a little bit. 1 and 2 looks like he is just ripping it out there. All right, here he's getting the car in, kind of getting it set. Now he'll drive it down the hill and try to use that momentum. He was 1 and done in qualifying. A single solitary lap. And he put it on the pole. 14.58 to a 14.66. We're just waiting for the session to come to a close. And we will get ready for the LCQ. All right, LCQ time. And that will give us our lineup. Anelski and Wagner, row 1. Shaw and Scott, row 2. Rochart, Gephardt, row 3. Whoever wins this will join the redraw with the top 5 qualifiers. Pace truck going to get out of the way. We're going to get ready to go. Green flag racing for the LCQ. Brett Wagner blinking just a little bit right now. Out of 4, waiting on Anelski. He finds the loud pedal. Green flag in the air. First of the head-to-head competition here in session number 2. Anelski clears everybody half a second. They're almost 3 wide in 3 and 4 for the second spot. Riley Scott with a nice move. Dropped to the bottom, went around Shaw. He was in the middle when he entered the corner. Shaw's finding that grip patch on the exit at 2, and that seems to be there each time we come here. Oh, he got that a little out of shape. He's going to pay for that. Shaw got in there and got into him. Now Gephardt. Oh, Gephardt, big crash, goes right into the pits. No yellow flags in these sessions, only in the feature. Anelski, Wagner, Brochart, 1, 2, 3. Scott is 4th, and Shaw is 5th. Only spot that matters is the guy out front. He gets into the redraw. A little view of what Mr. Scott sees off the helmet cam. Lap around with him right there. 6 to go this time, 1.15 seconds out in front, and Wagner hanging on to second. He is about a second ahead of Reed Brochart. Brochart running that bottom line, the exit. He just needs to be a shade lower on his exit. He'll find that launch pad down there. I think he could make up a little bit of time on the driver in front of him. Riley Scott's taking the 88 car off the track, and that leaves Brady Shaw in the 4th and final spot. 4 to go for Anelski, and he'll get back into the redraw. He is extending it out. He is almost 1.85 seconds out in front. Now it shrinks to 1.75. At the line, 1.8 over Brett Wagner and Brochart. Not gaining any ground on Brett Wagner either. Into the middle, slides it up. Consistent lap times. And the top driver, 15:08. Everybody else, 15:13 and 15:20. So, white flag in the air for the LCQ, and it looks like Wayne Anelski will get into that redraw. He could get lucky, go through the LCQ, and still draw the front row, depending on how the redraw goes. But Anelski wins it, Wagoner second, Brochart, Shaw, Scott, and Gebert in the LCQ. Wait for the lineup card to come to us. Track is closed. Nobody will go out on the racing surface. As soon as they get our lineup to us, we'll get ready to go forward. Another 30 lapper. Wrap things up this evening. Appreciate everybody being here, guys. Hope you've enjoyed the show this far. That first race, fantastic finish. Photo finish. Here comes our lineup info. And it will be, you got to be kidding me. He goes to the LCQ. I called it. He had a chance to get on the front row. And not only does he do that, but driver 13, Wayne Anelski, pulls the one pill, and he will start on the pole. Gerlach will be on the outside. Then Brennan and Spies, row 2. And Barros and Rogers will be row number 3. So, just goes to show you, better be lucky than good in qualifying any day of the week. He qualified 6th, started first in the LCQ, wins the LCQ going away, and draws the pole for tonight's feature. All the Wayne Anelski fans rejoiced, but I don't see them rejoicing in the chat. So just about that time, we're going to advance the session. We are going to get down here, and we are going to... Why would it go there? And we are going to look at our lineup. We know this is incorrect. We know it's going to be Wayne Anelski and Josh Gerlach on the front row. Bo Brennan and Steven Spies in row 2, and then Billy Barros and Brendan Rogers in row 3. Brett Wagner and Reed Brochart in row 4. Brady Sean Riley Scott in row number 5. And Mike Gephardt will start Shotgun Charlie in tonight's 30-lap feature for session number 2. Waiting on the 9 car to make his appearance. Only car not on the grid. There he comes, and we're going to get ready to roll off. Second of our 2 features. What we'll do is these guys will go around. The green flag will fall. And then we will get lined up. They'll make another pace lap, make sure everybody's where they're supposed to be. They'll double them back up. We'll go green at the end of the second lap after that green flag falls right in here. Or maybe next time around. I think everybody's where they're supposed to be now. Anelski, Gerlach, Brandon Spies, Barros, and Rogers. That is correct. Everybody behind that was already set by iRacing Standard. I don't know where he went, Rod. I thought he was headed over here. I guess not. It's middle of the day over there for him, so he may have had to go do some work or something. I'm not really sure. exhibition night, no points, trying out new formats and stuff, and you know maybe he don't usually miss points races. So we'll see him next week in both shows for sure. So we'll pace around 2 more times there, making sure everybody's where they're supposed to be. Next time we come out of 4, they'll start to double up, and then after that, we will get our green flag. This time, Wayne Anelski will get us started. All right, Wayne Anelski, Josh Gerlach, front row, ready to get us officially started here for the second session. Green flags in the air. Good start. They were almost 3 wide back here around Barros, Wagoner, and Brennan Rogers. And they will be 3 wide through turn 4. Front already a battle going on. Bo Brandon went to the top side. Anelski's trying to use that slider line. He's going to slam the door on the high side. Oh, that's going to get some things started. I could see that coming when they started that a minute ago. Caution this time. Let's go back here. We're going to watch Steven Spears. Not that he did anything wrong, but he was the car I saw go way sideways because he drove it in, tapped that tire. Yep. We'll see if he has any real damage to it. Looks like everything's still kind of straight. Left front maybe a little towed in. Hard to tell for sure. But it slows things down a little bit. We're just a couple of laps into this, so. Brandon to the front. Anelski, Gerlach, Barros, Rogers, Wagoner, Brochart, Shaw, Gebhardt, Scott, and Spiess now. All the way back. They'll probably get the one to go this time. We'll get ready to restart. Still got about 28 laps left. When everybody checked up getting into 3, I could just see something was going to happen that time, and sure enough, it started at about 5th, 6th place. Luckily, no more damage than there was to anything, so everybody will be able to continue. Bo Brennan out in front again here in session 2, and he gets another great restart. Josh Gerlach trying to follow right in his tire tracks. Gerlach trying to get to the bottom, find the launch pad. He's going to stay aside Anelski. This time, slider to the top side. Anelski cuts under, too much momentum, and Gerlach now has second. Anelski third. Brendan Rogers working on 4th. He and Billy Barros were going at it. Now he's going to try to make it 3 wide, getting into 3 here. He got way down on the flat. And he is going to take it from 5th to 2nd, just like that. Anelski to 3rd. Gerlach slid back to 4th. Barros is 5th. Wagoner 6th. Brochart, Shaw, Spiess, Gebhardt, and Scott. And this battle right here for 3rd, not over. Gerlach with a nice ride through the middle. Took the spot away. Battle nowhere near over for that 3rd spot. Now Gerlach clears and shuts the door, getting into 1 and 2. Go to the front. Half a second. And Brendan Rogers is finding something way down here low. They're even in 1 and 2. 3 and 4 though. Rogers is up. He cuts the car down in the middle. This time doesn't make up as much ground as he did the last time. Gerlach now trying to run that bottom line 1-2. Car sideways. Brendan Rogers. And I'm going to tell you right now, he was off the screen, but I know what happened. He caught a tire right in the middle of the corner. Misses the first one. He does not miss the second one. And he did not get clobbered, and that is impressive. May have a little problem with his left front. It may be pulled out just a little bit, but that won't stop him. He'll get right back out there, get in the fight, even with a bent car. So that'll drop him all the way to the back. So it's Brandon, Gerlach, Anelski, Barros, and Wagner the top 5. Brochart, Shaw, Spies, Scott, Gebhardt, and now Rogers. Starting at the back, he's got 20 laps to try to get caught up. Not like we haven't seen him do it before. Oh, you missed a heck of a show in the first one. Photo finish in session number 1, Austin. All right, Brandon back on a green flag in the air. Through 1 and 2, you'll see him fan out a little bit. Brendan Rogers already going to pick up 2 spots on the exit of the 2. He's alongside Gebhardt. Billy Barros trying to make a bid to take third away from Anelski right now, just not materializing. He was right there, right on the tail tank of the 13 car. Gets a good run down the front stretch. He's going to have to stay wide. We'll see if he can use the momentum to make a run and get around the 13 car. The high side in 3 and 4 may be his friend, and he uses it just like it was intended. Slingshot right on around. Anelski back to 4th. Wagner's 5th. Here comes Brennan Rogers up to the 6th spot already. As he clears Brochart, goes right back to that shallow short slider in 3 and 4. No change at the front. Bo Brennan out to about 9/10 of a second right now. Billy Barros still hasn't completely dispatched Wayne Anelski. Now starts to open up the gap just a little bit. Josh Gerlach not finding enough speed on the bottom. He's losing time to the 49 car. Caution once again, this time Spies and Shaw. Spies is right in front of Shaw. Shaw the 9 car, Spies the 55. Oh, and I think Spies lost a bunch of momentum getting in. Shaw had a really nice line on entry, and he goes sliding in there, and all of a sudden there's a car parked right where he wanted to go. So, halfway home. 15 down, 15 to go. Actually, 16 down and 14 to go. They will get them single file. Pace truck's going to disappear into the pits, and we'll get the restart down here at 14 laps to go. On a exhibition night, is Bo Brandon going to pull a sweep? And we didn't have a sweep for so long in here, and it has just been sweep after sweep this last season. Maybe almost 2 now. Green flag back in the air, and Brandon just getting great restarts. I mean, when a guy gets restarts like that, it is hard to make up that ground you lose on the initial restart. There's a 2-for-1 slider. Is he going to be able to hang on? Barely half a car. Rogers back to 3rd now. So he clears Barros in 1 and 2. Have his sights set on the 71. Josh Gerlach running the high line up in 3 and 4. Gerlach will probably go bottom in 1 and 2. Everybody kind of going bottom in 1 and 2 here. Gerlach is going wide in 3 and 4. He's making up some ground here. I think he's going to surprise Brandon when he gets there. He's got to not miss the line in 1 and 2 if he's going to close up. Brandon hit it perfectly, opened up 3, 4, 5 car lengths. Here comes Rogers. Another mistake from the 71. The 20 is going to get the slider in on him down in 3 and 4. Gap opening up again. 9 to go this time. Now, Gerlach is going to run down on that short slider line in 3 and 4. Better 1 and 2 that time than we've seen in a while. Bo Brennan is running away again. He's a full second out in front of these guys. And this is a great battle here. Brendan Rogers trying to open the door for himself and move Gerlach up the hill. He may get it done right here. Long, low slider. Not going to clear him. Too much momentum off the top. Now he's going to get to the bottom in 1 and 2. I thought he was going to go ahead and force his way through there, and he didn't have to. Gerlach's going to try to change things up, crosses him over. He's got the inside going into 1 and 2. Coming around this time, it'll be 5 to go. Rogers, slider up the hill. Cut under move. Man, he's getting the car set perfectly in 3 and 4. He's found something with that entry line where he can cut the car down. Rogers is just trying to stay on the bottom. Exit at 2. He knows that's where his launch line is. 4 to go this time. Brandon Rogers rips it all the way around the top of 1 and 2, and Gerlach doesn't know where he's at. Keeps the car in line. Brandon Rogers with a great run. He didn't move to the inside. I thought for sure he'd take that low. Oh, Bo Brandon! Your leader got greedy. So did Josh Gerlach. I don't know if he saw something there. Brandon all by himself. A second out in front. He's going to go in. Missed the entry line. He hit the first tire, and that's that. Gerlach hits the second tire. Trying to stay down low. And so the top 2 cars in the race out and dead. And with 3 laps to go, maybe with just 2 laps to go, it's going to be a 2-lap shootout. It is. It's going to be a 2-lap shootout. Rogers, Barros, Andelski, Brochart, Scott, Spies, Gebhard, and then Shaw will be behind that. Wow. DK, I don't know what to say about that. The tires down there on the bottom are absolutely brutal. That battle for second was phenomenal right up until the tractor tire said, I think I'm tired of you getting this close to me. And the first one grabbed the leader, and the second one grabbed the second place car. We talked about it in show number 1, risk versus reward. You got to run down there close to them, but man, you take the chance on clipping one of them and ending your night pretty quick, and you got to see that twice in the same corner. Do be like that. You're absolutely right, sir. All right, restart coming right here. 2-lap shootout. Oh, Billy Barros trying to time it, and he missed it by a split second, and he gives old Brendan Rogers a little shove in the back. Round the bottom, Rogers on the launch pad, and he shoots away in turn 2 down the back stretch. White flag coming out this time. Brendan Rogers there first. Can Barros do something to close that up right here? I don't think he's going to get there, and it's a Brendan Rogers splitting the victories with Bo Brandon tonight, feature for feature. Rogers wins the Barros and Anelski. Second and third, Brochart Scott in your top 5. So craziness ensues in session 2. And your top 2 with a couple of laps to go both make mistakes, and they're going to finish at the back of the pack. So don't care where he parks as long as he parks. And let's see, where is Wayne? Wayne not in the chat just yet, so we'll give him a minute. Remind you guys, nothing else arrested this week. Monday night doubleheader. Dirt Slingers Racing League Monday Night Thunder. UMPs at Lucas Oil to open things up, 8 o'clock Eastern. And then right behind them, 9:30 Eastern, the Camus Racing Simulators Big Block Modified Series. They will head for Eldora. There's Wayne Anelski. He makes it to the chat. We'll grab him and talk to him. Wayne Anelski. Pretty eventful night, but the 13 car stayed on all 4 here. Third place finish in round number 2.
Yeah, it was a good race. We got real lucky there at the end, but I'll take it.
Yeah, chaos ensued in front of you. What'd you see going into one with a couple of laps to go there?
2 cars tumbling.
Tractor tires can be monsters, can't they?
Oh yeah, they will jump out and get you.
Well, real quickly, the change in the format made things a little different. Man, you're the beneficiary tonight of the trial run of this thing. You qualified 6th, would put you just outside the lock-in spot. You go out into the LCQ. You win that going away. Lo and behold, you draw the 1 pill.
Yeah, I got pretty lucky with that pull. I guess it worked out in my favor.
It's awesome when it happens like that, man. Good run tonight. A couple of solid runs in the shows tonight. Who you got to thank for all the help this evening?
Just thank you for broadcasting. Thank you for Josh for hosting. And that's about all I got.
All right, man. Well, congrats on a great night of racing. We'll look forward to seeing you back here next Thursday night when the points do count.
Thank you. Have a good one.
Oh, Ananelski finishing in the 3rd spot. Let's grab him up here. He had to see some exciting stuff from his seat with a couple to go there. He comes home in 2nd, but Billy Barrows going into turn 1. 1st and 2nd place, tumbling across the track. Exciting or scary?
I'll say I had a pretty good laugh at that one, Roger.
I did too, but I couldn't do it on air. I had to kind of mute up things a little bit. I was like, what are those guys doing? I talked to them about it in the first show. You know, you got to run down there that close, especially in 1 and 2, because you want to hit that launch pad on the exit of 2 right there. But the risk versus reward, I mean, obviously in this case, it didn't look like it was worth the risk. But when you're out there and you're trying to make up time, you know that's the way to do it. Do you forget about all that?
Yeah, I think especially for guys like that, I mean, they're so comfortable down there and so fast down there that they can take that risk, and it's usually pretty safe for them. But I know me personally, I love this track. I love the middle. I love the top. I've never really been a huge fan of the bottom, so fortunately, the lines that I like kind of stayed strong all night, and was able to kind of stay under a blanket with the top 5, really the whole top 10 all night. It was super fun.
Well, I know you had some input in some of this change to the format. How was it received?
Really well. It seems like it's been received pretty well to start with. I personally was never a big fan of invert after qualifying. It just seemed like a little bit of a disadvantage to whoever got pole to go all the way back to 6th with how difficult this field is, with how good everyone is. And so, yeah, I love the LCQ winner having a chance to get into that redraw and a little bit more of a random start to the features.
Well, an awesome run, man. Give me some shout-outs, some thank yous, and we'll let you go do your admin duties.
Yeah, thanks, Roger. Thank you again for hopping in with us tonight. It was a nice surprise, and I can't wait to go watch that back. Thanks to Josh and Robert for creating this thing and putting it together every week, and simrapmarket.com for sponsoring the series.
All right, man. Thanks for chatting with us. Congrats again, and I'll look forward to seeing you back next week.
All right, sounds good.
That is Billy Barrows. And now, we talked to him 3rd in the first session. Said he was going to come out and go for it in session 2, but I don't think he meant going for it, dodging, flipping cars with 2 to go there in turns 1 and 2. Driver's seat perspective, Mr. Rogers. What did you think when you went in there and you saw the 2 guys in front of you everywhere but where they're supposed to be?
I feel like every time I'm in the mid-pack, it's either me wrecking somebody or me, driving into something like that where it's just nowhere to go. So that was part of it. That bent up my front end a little bit, and I think I worked my way up a bit and then clipped a tire again, like I told you I wouldn't, and then I did it anyway. And so under yellow, I had to. I felt like I had an extra 5 inches of stagger. So under yellow, I was smashing my front end against the wall. Don't tell the car owner, but I was smashing the front end against the wall, trying to even it out. And it actually did help a bit. So I was able to actually enter on the bottom a little bit better. And then, of course, the leader, I had no business being up front there by the end. Just wasn't driving well enough to beat either Bo or Josh. And they both just hit the tire. I think I poisoned them with my with what I'm good at here, which is just hitting tires. So
well, you made them magnetic.
Yeah, I guess so. They're just so alluring, you know. You just can't help yourself. But that was a bummer. I kind of wish we all could have battled it out. I don't think I would have won, or I probably would have barely hung on to top 3. But hey, I'll take them as I can get them. As usual, man. Got to thank you over at Dirt Racing Network. You guys do a fantastic job. Thank you for covering tonight when you didn't have to. So that definitely means a lot to all the guys. Of course, the Indie Esports guys, they're always supporting me. My dad and Kelly watching at home. And man, we're gonna try better next week. I feel like every other week I come to you, I'm like, Roger. I drive like an idiot, and hopefully next week it's offset with some decent driving again.
Well, we don't have the tub deal on there, and you running the bottom anymore, so I can kind of get over a whole bunch of stuff with that.
True. Yeah, that was a faux pas on my part.
All right, man. Well, congrats on a great run. I guess next week when the points count, we'll see if you can come back in here and do it again, buddy.
We'll try, buddy. We'll see you next week.
All right, thanks. Brendan Rogers picking up the win in session number 2. Yeah, we thought we were supposed to for sure be here, and when we asked, we were like, yeah, this is a points week. Well, then they decided it wasn't a points week, so we didn't have to be here for this, but I am darn sure glad we were. We got to see an awesome first show, and then that slider battle that was going on before the incidents there towards the end of this one between Rogers and Gerlach was a lot of fun to watch as well. So glad we did it. Glad we came in. I hope everybody enjoyed the show. Let's take a quick look at the results from this feature. There they are. Rogers, Barros, and Anelski. 1, 2, 3, Brochart. 4th, Scott. 5th, Spies in 6th. 7th was Gephardt. Brennan in 8th. Gerlach 9th, Shaw, and Wagner rounding things out. Fun night. I'm glad these are saved for posterity because that first race was unbelievable. That finish at the line. And the slider battle in this one was well worth it. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Want to thank you guys for being here. Without you guys, there's no reason for us to do this. Without all the awesome leagues giving us fantastic racing like you witnessed here tonight, there's nothing for us to cover. So everybody gets a big kudos on that. Thanks to all the sponsors that help the Dirt Racing Network stay covering all this stuff. Until we see you guys the next time, which should be Monday night. Don't forget about that. Peace and love to everybody. Absolutely 100% keep it dirty. Go to your local dirt track and watch a race this weekend. I know I am. And hopefully I can give you guys some live footage there, and we'll